Hey guys, I am Mark, and my dad makes a living by lying. Yes, that is exactly what you heard. Now, let me tell you guys a story. A story about how everything in my life changed. I was born into a very rich family. My mom had her own business, but my dad was just a clerk. Everything was perfect for me. I was living my life to the fullest and enjoying every single moment. My dad and my mom had a loving marriage, so they both were happy in the start. But now things started to take a different turn, and they started to get into fights a lot of times. I mean, sometimes even for useless reasons that weren't necessary. The fights started to escalate with the passage of time. My mom and dad never involved me in their fights, and one day, when I came back from school, I saw my dad sitting on the table. He was looking so shocked and sad, but I couldn't find my mom in the house, and my dad asked me to come sit with him. I sat on the table with him, and he told me that my mom had just filed for divorce. I was shocked to my core. At the moment, I wasn't sure about what would happen to us because my father wasn't that rich. But the thing that made me really sad was that my mom didn't care about me, not even a bit. How could she do this to us? A week later, my dad was let go from his job. It was a really rough time for us. I had no idea about what would happen to us, but things started to take a really different turn. My dad totally changed himself from start to end. It was like he wasn't even the same person he was before. He got a new job, but it was too different from any other job, and it seemed really unusual. The work hours and the pay was way too much, and our house was totally changed. My dad started to buy a lot of suits and shoes worth hundreds of dollars. Had never dressed so good before. Now let me tell you guys what was really happening. My dad ran a dating website. He was a plus for women. People used to pay him for going on pretend dates with them, and the amount that they used to pay was handsome. My dad was pretty good looking from the start, but he wasn't that into fashion, and now he looked like something else. He became so good looking and handsome, he didn't even look like the typical dad. In fact, he started to care about his skin and clothes and hair. His first client was a really rich woman, and she wanted a pretend date to go with her to a family event because her family always used to criticize her for being single. And my dad was so confused at that time because it was his first time doing this. But somehow, he gained the courage and confidence to do it. And the woman's family was so impressed with my dad. I mean, he's quite a pleaser, and the woman was so happy with my dad that she gave him a check of $100,000. My dad always kept his identity secret from everyone, and he used to switch personalities according to the role of the job. You might be thinking what I was doing all this time. Well, I was enjoying my life to the fullest at this point. I had nothing to worry about. Everything was just perfect. My dad was always busy, so he never asked me that many questions about what I was doing. Money wasn't an issue either at that time, and I barely missed my mom. But why would I miss her? She was the one who left us. So I found out about my dad when I bumped into him once at a club, where he showed up with the owner of the club, and he was so good looking, like a young bachelor. I lied to him about going to my friend's house for a sleepover. My friends and I decided to go to a club and have some fun. So we were chilling, and I saw him across the club with Miss Anderson, who was the owner of that club. And at first, I couldn't even recognize him. But after some time, I got courage to go up to him, and I asked him, "Dad, what are you doing here?" And he totally ignored me as if he didn't even know me. He told the bartender to buy us drinks on his tab, and at that moment, I knew something was wrong. So I just went back to my friends, and my friend asked me that if he was my dad, and I told him, no, it's just someone who looks a lot similar to my dad. And after some time, I got a call from my dad asking me to get my ass back home. When I reached home, I asked him what was going on. For hours we sat together, and he explained everything to me from start to end about his job. why he joined the job, what the job pays, and how he pretends to be someone's date or anything they want. He told me that one of my mom's friends wanted him to go to a business meeting as his date, and my mom was also going to be in that meeting too. It was my dad's biggest deal and a really great work opportunity. He asked me what he should do, and I thought for a while. I was really angry at my mom, so I told my dad to go through with it and do it. And my dad took the deal. At the 10th of that month, the meeting was going to happen. So my dad showed up at the conference that day, and he took me with him too. I came there as his personal assistant. I was looking for my mom for a while, but didn't see her in the conference room. And after some time, she showed up, hand in hand, with a man who she was dating. I wasn't ready for that, so I got confused and I didn't know what to do. I kept on exchanging texts with my dad while sitting there, and he told me not to worry and everything will be totally fine. So I tried to bring back that confidence. My mom saw me and my dad there at the conference room. The meeting went on for an entire hour, and my mom kept staring at me and my dad the whole time. I mean, maybe she was so confused seeing my dad being so well dressed and so well managed. He looked like a different person. And after the meeting, my mom couldn't resist talking to my dad and came to say hi to him. It was a rule on the job that you don't talk to anyone you know during the job. And my dad handled it so well. He said, "Hi, nice to meet you. If you have any questions, kindly consult my assistant," and pointed towards me. She came to me, and in a very shocked manner, she asked, "Mark, is that you?" I replied with, "Hi, Mom, nice to see you." But it was not nice at all to see her. She was the one who left us. And after that, my dad and I had a great understanding between us. I was managing his clients, and sometimes if he didn't feel like going, I would go in for him instead. And that is how my dad lies for a living. The lesson I wanted to share with you guys is that life does not stop because of a single person. If my dad had not changed himself after my mom left him, we wouldn't even be here. Like and share this video, and also let me know in the comment section what you think about my dad's job, and if you have experienced something like this, then tell me your story in the comment section.